Toastmaster Ikrama.
Yes, please go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. District 130. Happy International Women's Day to all the lovely Toastmasters females that we have in the house. Please, can I have some emojis to celebrate the women in the house, please? The women of District 130. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you. Why is it the women that are sharing the emojis? Men, celebrate us. What is it for? Without us, you will not be. Thank you. Thank you so much for the lovely emojis that are shared about. Thank you very much. District 130, we're all welcome to the 17th edition of the Afterwork session. We're counting down to the end of this mandate, and it's been a phenomenal journey. Thank you very much for joining in from the different divisions that we have all around District 130. Please, I want you in the next 30 seconds to just send in a reminder to all your various club and areas and divisions. If you're a division lead here, if you're an area director, if you're a Toast member, please send a reminder in the various chat group WhatsApp chat group that we are live. I do not want anyone to miss out on these sessions because I know it's going to be amazing. I know it's going to be amazing. My name is Grace Mekanu. I'm the assistant to the English coordinator of the Afterwork session for District 130, and I'm privileged to do the opening for us today. I welcome every single one of us for coming in. Thank you very much for joining. I can see our Toastmasters are joining in. Thank you very much for sending out those reminders to our various divisions and our various groups. I'm not going to be the moderator for tonight. We have an amazing, sensational Toastmaster and a woman, yes, a woman that is going to be our moderator for tonight. Permit me to share her bio as we welcome her to take the lead. So our moderator for tonight is a travel enthusiast who has climbed the highest mountains in Nigeria and Africa, as well as to Everest Base Camp. A motorcycle rider, art and culture lover. Excuse me. Excuse me for that glitch. Motto for today. I think your bio has given me, it's overwhelming me already. I'll take the bio again, please. Our moderator for tonight is a travel enthusiast who has climbed the highest mountains in Nigeria and Africa, as well as to Everest Base Camp. She is a motorcycle rider, art and culture lover. She runs a shared accommodation for young professionals in Lagos, Nigeria. She's an energy professional. And then she's also the program quality director of Division D. Everyone in the house, I want us all to welcome our moderator for tonight, the phenomenal Toastmaster Ibinabo Oyibo. Toastmaster Ibinabo Oyibo, the floor is yours. District 130, please let me see emojis to welcome our moderator for tonight's session. You're welcome, ma'am. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Grace. I don't think you should be intimidated by the bio. It's just regular everyday stuff. Well, that's what I think anyway. Well, thank you for that. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. I understand that there's some guests here as well. We're already 6 minutes into our time, so we're just going to start. Happy International Women's Day to everyone. I usually I usually find myself pondering, why do we celebrate days like this? Why do we need to separate a day just for women? But looking back over the last few years, and I guess as I got older, I began to realize that sometimes we need to be reminded of some things that we think are important to us. And one of those things is celebrating the women, because sometimes I feel we take the people in our lives for granted. And I particularly love this theme this year, Gift to Gain. As Toastmasters, even though we're here to fulfill our individual personal goals and objectives, a lot of them usually revolve around developing our leadership and communication skills. A lot of us do that really by giving of our time and resources, such as today. We actually do this though while juggling our home life, professional responsibilities, and businesses. In Nigeria as well, in Nigeria, since I'm based in Nigeria, a lot of the home responsibilities fall on the woman, either as wives, as daughters, as granddaughters, aunties, and sisters. In view of this, we're here to discuss Toastmasters and women's life. We often hear that Toastmasters is about public speaking skills, but for women, it may be something deeper, probably claiming our rightful position in the professional space, or navigating a boardroom or a life transition, or simply just building the confidence. But for Toastmasters, we do not just build the confidence for the lectern, we build it for life. Today, we have 25 minutes to deconstruct how this program transforms the female experience. Joining me on our panel are three fantastic Toastmasters. I'm excited to hear them speak. Our first panelist is Toastmaster Kafayat Ajibike Oshodi, and our second is Toastmaster Zoe Octavia Obazie. And our third is Toastmaster Jeremiah Otunibi, the only gentleman on the panel. I would like to see if they're both there. Toastmaster, is it possible to pin each of the panelists? Is it possible to do that? Okay, I will introduce the panelists. Our first panelist, Toastmaster Kafayat, is a legal practitioner who is a committed parent. She's a member of Pecton Toastmasters Club. Her hobbies, like mine, are traveling, cooking, and reading. Her favorite quote is, "He who hesitates is lost," which is a play written by Carlo. Our second panelist is Toastmaster Zoe Octavia Obazie, who is a professional master of ceremonies and a biographer. She's a vice president education of Sunshine Festac Toastmasters Club and is currently on the presentation mastery pathway. Her hobbies are being with family and giving her creativity expressions. And I particularly love her mantra, which says, "Live life, live full, live empty." Then join me in welcoming the third panelist, the only gentleman on the panel, of course, is Toastmaster Jeremiah Golao Otunibi, commonly known as Lil Job in Division D. He's an educator and innovative strategist with prior experience in sales. He's currently a psychology student at the University of Ibadan. He joined Toastmasters in September 2023 after close to being an active guest for about a year. I understand that. And he says one of his hobbies is listening to good music, and his favorite quote is, "A home is not just a space, it's a foundation for dreams." Panelists, are you there? We're on a
Yes, we
table
are.
topics clock today. Let's jump right in.
Thank you, Madam Moderator.
Okay. My
Thank you,
first
Madam
question.
Moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zoe. Thank you, Toastmaster Liu Job and
Welcome.
Toastmaster GBK. Good to see you, everyone. So
Yes,
I'll
yes.
get into it. Welcome. My first question is to three of you. We all believe that Toastmasters is a safe place to fail. How has that safety net helped you overcome imposter syndrome in your personal or professional life? I understand that imposter syndrome is something that has been raised by a lot of women as something they face in their career. So, how has being a Toastmaster helped you overcome that? And that goes to Toastmaster GBK first.
Thank you very much for that question. I'm happy to be on the panel and excited to see you as my moderator. So, one good thing about Toastmasters, the regular meetings and the different pathways, they give you an opportunity to experience different aspects of speaking. As you experience that, of course, the journey never ends with learning. But as you go through the pathways and you attend club meetings, you're able to see how people speak, the various aspects of the Toastmaster experience, such as word of the day, getting asked questions by the listening evaluator, they actually build up your confidence. So after a few weeks of Toastmasters, attending meetings, taking on roles once you feel able to, going through the icebreaker to project one, project two, and all your projects, they actually make you feel more confident. Also, you're not scared of failing because we all know that when we speak, there's no wrong answer, but it gives you a framework which you eventually master and you're able to speak more eloquently, more precisely, and to communicate more. So that's what Toastmaster does to help with the imposter syndrome. So sometimes, so you actually grow into becoming a good speaker.
Thank you. Those are excellent points. Confidence building, going through the pathways gives us an opportunity to practice. Thank you for that, Toastmaster GBK. Same question to our male panelist, Toastmaster Lil Job. You have about 3 minutes to respond.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Moderator, for the opportunity. And I must say I'm glad to be on this panel session. Excuse me. So, real quick, first, I would like to say that imposter syndrome is something really common to everyone. And if you want to deny that, I can tell you that you just need to reflect and you remember one or two times that that has happened in your life. And so it's a very important subject or topic to talk about. So the first thing I would say that Toastmaster did for me was when I got into the space, first I was like, did I really belong here? To be honest, because I remember as at then I was still in the Polytechnic, I was still in the Yaba College of Technology. Was I? No, I think I just recently graduated from Polytechnic and I was moving into a space whereby there are lots of professionals. So it made me feel like, did I really belong here? So the imposter syndrome was just so obvious. But thankfully, to the people of Toastmasters, I figured out that this place is a loving place to be. It's welcoming, and these people are ready to accept me in. So Toastmaster has really been a good thing for me when it comes to the imposter syndrome getting away. And how have I been able to apply this? I'm currently in the University of Ibadan, and I can tell you for a fact, the way I act, the way I live, it's way above my peers. Not in terms of money now, but like the reasoning, it's just so different. When I speak, things that
We appear to have lost Toastmaster Lil Job. Okay.
back to you, please.
Oh, okay, he's back.
Oh my God.
So we missed the
Apologies.
last few seconds of what you said.
Oh, sorry about that. So I actually talked about how I applied it. Did you hear that? That's how I am
Yes,
applying. Oh, great.
it's in
So it's just
university.
that my yeah. My peers just see me as different compared to them in terms of how I speak, how I reason. So I look so different. And that's to tell that the imposter syndrome thing, like, do I really belong here? Can I just kind of find a way to go above it right now. And thanks to Toastmasters. Thank you very much. Over to you, Madam Moderator.
Well, thank you for sharing. It just
You're
reminds me of the
welcome.
first time I was scouting for clubs. I remember going to Eagles Toastmasters Club and seeing people in suits and speaking so properly, and everything was super efficient. I remember being very intimidated. But then I went to other clubs and realized that it was more, even though it was more or less the same format, the idea was to improve. But then I noticed that there were also some clubs that were very casual. So I can actually relate to that experience. Thank you for sharing that. And then finally to the third moderator, Toastmaster Zori. The same question, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Ibinabo. Very good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Imposter syndrome is when someone feels like they are not as capable as people think, even when they actually are doing well. So how has being a Toastmaster helped to take that out of the way? Please allow me share a very recent experience. It was last week that I had one of the most dramatic health realities in my home, where from my last son to my first son to my husband and I, our health seemed unstable. In fact, I remember thinking to myself that this feels like low battery. So we're going through the activities, but everywhere is quiet. My otherwise active children were all calm. And then my mentor, Toastmaster Jimmy Edidion, reached out to me and says, James Zoe, what's happening with our speech? Let's get it moving. Because I am a Toastmaster and I have learned to apply myself, I remember allowing him, I use the word allow now, allowing him push me. And then he said, if you want, I can get a room for you. I can get a meeting space for you to deliver your speech. This was Friday. And he was telling me about a meeting that could be available and opening for Sunday. At this time, I didn't have a topic. My head was blank. Remember, I told you everyone at home was ill. And then I said, in fact, what is this level 2 project 2 about? And then he said, you know what? I can share with you what I have spoken about. And then he shared his own speech with me, gave me the script and the video. Guess what? I watched his video, I read his script, and boom, the idea came. He asked me Saturday morning, are we good? I said, yes. Do you have a topic? I didn't even know how I was going to deliver mine, but I gave a topic. I said, the lie we believed. I remember when I said it, I was wondering, which lie did we believe? But I knew I was going to do this. And then finally, I said these words. I said, Toastmaster Jimmy, it's not comfortable, but it is necessary. What has Toastmaster done for me? I have realized that even when the walls are breaking in, even when at that time, I could remember one of my eyes being red, I realized that I could give a speech and give it excellently. Being a Toastmaster and allowing yourself grow through the process takes you from being a person who thinks that they are not capable or that they are not actually as good as they think they are, to being a person who knows that even when it's not comfortable, it's necessary. I'll deliver and deliver excellently well. It's back to you, Madam Moderator.
Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Zuri. I can attest that I was at that club's meeting where you delivered that speech, and it was very profound. It came with well, I remember seeing a tear drop from your eyes as well. I didn't realize that this was a process you went through. So these are very salient points that each panelist has said today. I'll give a personal example as well. I've noticed a lot of times when I wonder if I can do certain things, I realize that each time I practice, it becomes easier and it feels like I'm convincing myself or just simply confirming that I can do it. And I've seen this applied in both personal and professional lives. And I believe that Toastmasters has given us this platform to conquer the imposter syndrome. Thank you. It is clear really that it's a safe space for everyone and is being used as a launchpad for internal courage. Now let's see how that courage translates into external power. Toastmaster Zori and Toastmaster Kafayat, Toastmaster GVK, which specific Toastmaster skill would you say gave you the edge in a high-stakes negotiation or interview? Which specific Toastmaster skills would you say has given you the edge in a high-stakes negotiation or interview? You have about 2 minutes each to
I would
respond.
say,
First, yeah,
thank you very much for the question. So, which Toastmaster skill has been made the most impact in a high stake meeting or an interview?
that's
I would
correct.
actually say the ability to speak on a topic which you probably didn't think of before, i.e., the table topics.
Yeah.
Are you just speaking on the top of your head? I find as a Toastmaster, the more I participate in table topics and I'm actually able to deliver, it gives me the semblance of an interview where you don't know what the person is going to ask you. Or even if you're meeting a very important person who holds the keys to maybe the next level of your career or in networking, how to communicate with them. Why is that? We all know that the table topics, it gives you a topic which you don't know of before. And you're meant to talk about it at length. There's meant to be a body, an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So now, when people ask me questions, even in the professional space as a lawyer, I always have something to talk about. It also helps if you read a lot. And I find that now, sometimes before I go for certain meetings, like if I go to a meeting of company secretaries, I'll quickly scout the internet to see any interesting stories or what is it about company secretaries in Nigeria. So it's taught me how to prepare also for meetings. Also in meetings, I find people don't actually prepare enough. I would actually look at the people I might meet there. And if I target one or two people, I'll have a message that I want to pass on to them so they can think about me during the next opportunity, and which shows I have knowledge of the industry as it is, not as it was. So that's what Toastmasters has done for me. Preparation and the ability to speak at length about a topic which you probably didn't know of before. So that's a skill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I like that table topics used to be one of my most frightening parts of the Toastmasters meeting and is now my favorite. Same question to you, Toastmaster Zoe. What specific skill have you said, would you say has given you an edge?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ibinabo. The average Toastmaster is a master with quotes. So there I was at Abuja, playing my role as a professional master of ceremony for a risk management and compliance event in partnership with British High Commission. And I was working with someone from the risk management and compliance industry. So while he gave the facts, I gave the juice. So imagine a meeting that is supposed to be as brilliant, packed with details and facts, and then someone comes with such things as literature and quotes that brings in the African flavor, and it fits so succinctly. So I remember in the room, it felt like, how is this lady able to combine facts, figures, and literature all in one? And somewhere in my head, I said, you don't know where I'm coming from. I'm a Toastmaster. So yes, the ability to think on your feet, to apply creativity, to read the room, the ability to use what is already available on the internet. So I was also at an event. This was last week, where it was a training for educators and teachers. So while they gave speeches and trainings, each time I would come up and summarize it so brilliantly. And then I asked myself, this is what we do in Toastmasters. When we evaluate, we actually take all that's been said, summarize it, and say what was brilliant about it, what was appreciated about it. So these are the things, it impacts, in summary, Toastmasters impacts my career very directly and very positively. So if I had the opportunity, I'll speak to everyone who is a professional master of ceremony, everyone who is a moderator, and say, like I say on my social medias, Toastmasters is where I polish my skills, and everyone ought to be here to learn to polish their skills with the skill sets that are available to us. Toastmaster Ibn, well, thank you.
Wow, I like that. The magic of Toastmasters. I always like how we always appear super smart when we bring in all these quotes by famous people, some dead, some alive. It's interesting that even though that the Toastmaster gives us different leeways or different opportunities, you either give a quote or you give a personal example. And so when we find that we're lost for words, we just throw in one or two examples and then voila, the answer just slips in. I like that. Thank you very much, both of you. And now the next question is to our male panelists, our soul male panelists. We all have this male or this male colleague in the office who decides he's going to fight for us. Wants to act like a mentor, a sponsor. A few of us have had those in our professional lives. Tell me, Toastmaster Jeremiah, how would you say the Toastmasters feedback model has helped or can help men become better allies and listeners to their female colleagues?
Wow. I need to first breathe. That's such a very deep question, and I feel if everyone should get this answer I'm about to say to the best of my own knowledge,
Yeah.
it's really going to be of help. It's really going to be of help. And I'm going to be sharing my personal experience of that. So, like I said, this question is a very important question. And for me, reason being that it has really helped my relationships. And relationships, I mean romantic, family, friends, and so on. The Toastmaster feedback alone has really been of help. The first example I would love to share is I am currently a leader in the capacity of a president in my Indigenous States Association on campus. And having learned about the CLC method in Toastmasters, it's kind of help, or it's always helped me when I talk to my fellow team members. So that's one. And the second thing I would like to say, which is it's kind of it's not a romantic thing really, but then there's just this female friend in school that we recently had a long conversation, and the conversation was just like a 5 minute conversation, but then we had 3 hours conversation talking. And guess what we were talking about? We were basically talking about business. Yeah, I was consulting for her. She runs a business, and while at that, I was just listening to what she was saying. I was listening. I was listening a lot, which is one of the major skills rather Toastmasters has been teaching us, has been inviting in us. So I was so calm listening to her. And while at that, I was bringing out commendations for her that, oh, this is really good. I like it when you said that, oh, you spent money on getting all of these shoes and you still have them inside. Don't worry. That means you still have money, even though you've not been able to sell them, you still have money with you. And we just bring out recommendation. Okay, I feel like these are the things I think you can do better to help you make more sales. So it just made me feel like, you know what could happen from the other end, right? So from the other end, something is happening. But for me, I'm just being professional actually. But I feel like in and I started imagining when I get married and I try to practice this with my family, look at the good things that would come out of it and so on. So What I would say finally is, which is going to be a takeaway, is this thing has proven to work. Like it works. So for the male, you need to practice this as much as possible. Just apply it. And for the females too, please let us apply it as well. Let's apply it as well. It just works. It works. And for anything that works, I believe keep using it until it stops working. Thank you very much. Back to you, Madam Moderator.
Thank you. I like that. Keep practicing it, keep using it until it works perfect, until you perfect it pretty much. I particularly like the Toastmasters feedback sandwich. Recommend, no, commend, recommend, and commend again. I love that. And I've been using it everywhere, at work, with my friends. A few days ago, I saw on a friend had posted something on LinkedIn, and I was trying to give her some tips. And immediately the Toastmasters feedback sandwich kicked in, and she was able to apply it without seeming offended or becoming offended. So thank you for that. Yes. So we've moved on from the boardroom to the mindset of allyship. And then soon we're going to open the floor to questions from our audience. But before we do that, I'm going to ask for our panel at least another question from our panel, burst of wisdom from them. In 10 words or less, what would you say was the single best small victory, or would be a single or would be the single best small victory for a woman just starting her Toastmasters journey today? And it appears to be just Toastmasters Zoe online. So I guess we'll start with you.
Please
What would
take
you
that
say with
again.
this? In 10 words or less, what would you say is the single best small victory, or would be the single best small victory for a woman who is just starting her Toastmasters journey today? A small victory that can probably help encourage her on her journey. What would you say would be the single small victory in 10 words or less?
I'm trying to count if this quote is 10 words, but let me say it. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the little voice at the end of the day that says, I'll try again tomorrow. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the little voice at the end of the day that says, I'll try again tomorrow. When you come in as a Toastmaster, your icebreaker might either be truly fantastic or a test of your actual ability to speak. But trust me, once we give the sandwich kind of feedback, you look forward to giving a speech again. And because your club meets every 2 weeks, you are encouraged and you watch yourself grow over time. So what's the little victory? It's that voice you constantly hear saying, I'll try again tomorrow. And as time goes on, it will then become, I'll do better tomorrow. So over to you, Toastmaster Ibinapo.
I like that. I will do better tomorrow. That's the 10 words or less. I will do better tomorrow. I will try and try again. Thank you, Toastmaster Zoe. We appear to have lost our other two panelists. I don't know if they're still online. Well, I will answer my own. I will say something in response to that question I just asked of you. For me, it's in controlling the jitters and the butterflies. I always, whenever I do an activity, a new activity or a new action, there are always butterflies and jitters. So in 10 words or less, I would say it's easy to control the butterflies and jitters. We cannot eliminate them, but let them just fly in formation. Let your butterflies fly formation. Thank you, our panelists. The responses were very powerful and I feel they were very practical. But we're going to see what questions our audience have for you. I think we can take about 3 questions. time am I right? We could take about 3 questions.
Yes.
Do we have questions from the audience for our panelists? Well, the panelist who is on here for now. Does
The
anyone
other
have
two
any
panelists are
questions?
back.
Oh, they're back. Oh,
The
that's
other,
awesome.
yes, please.
Okay. So while we wait for the questions to come up, I'm going to throw the same questions to them. Can they be pinned? I can't see them. Okay. Toastmaster GBK and
Yes.
Toastmaster Lee Job, welcome back. So the final
Thank
question
you.
which you missed when you dropped off was, in 10 words or less, what would you say is the single best small victory for a woman who is just starting her Toastmasters journey?
Okay. Can I go first?
Yes, please.
One of the victory of being a Toastmaster is the network of people, also the diverse people from your club, and also the ability to join other clubs and learn from the knowledgeable women and men we have of Toastmasters. So I would say networking. There's also the ability to develop your own style and listen to such diverse speeches, which you probably wouldn't get to hear on your own. By attending different clubs from Abuja, even abroad, even French clubs, as well as different clubs in Lagos, you meet all sorts of people of different social, economic backgrounds, of different personalities. Listening to their speeches, you gain to learn a lot about their personalities and develop empathy and knowledge of other personality types. So that would be my takeaway: networking, and also that the diverse knowledge which you would acquire by being a Toastmaster. So that's my takeaway for a young female.
Okay, thank you for that. Networking and the diverse knowledge and opportunities to take from that. And to our male panelists, Toastmaster Lil Job, what's your
All right.
response to that?
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. So my response to that is complete your first speech and discover that your voice really matters. And this is why. You see the process of doing that first speech, of giving that first speech, it's going to open up other things to you. So the first thing is for every Toastmaster, just give that speech. If that icebreaker speech is just so important. And from there, you are going to see more. Thank you very much. Back to you, Madam Moderator.
Thank you very much. It's quite amusing that we were not able to say that in 10 words or less, but that's okay. That's fine. Do we have any questions from the audience? Please raise your hand up so you can be called. Or you can type in the chat. Do you have any questions for our panelists? Awesome. Toastmaster Patrick.
Yeah, hello. Thank you very much. And
Good evening.
yeah, good evening. Yeah, I really appreciate this meeting and the sharing for our panelists. It's really helpful. So I want to ask I have one question about regarding the time management. How do they deal with the timing, the work with the Toastmaster journey, with the professional work and family journeys as well. So the three kind of it's not easy, but how they deal it. Thank you.
Thank you. And I will throw that question to Toastmaster Zoe. How do you manage your family with your Toastmasters journey or your work with Toastmasters? Basically, how do you balance everything?
Thank you, Toastmaster Patrick, and thank you for throwing the question my way. I grab it with both hands. First of all, I have sort of made my entire family a Toastmasters family. And that's because On one hand, I found one of my sons to have the ability to speak. I was once fascinated by his ability to respond to a large group of people very creatively. I was shocked. But then I remembered, oh, I think this is time to catch him early. And then my husband is quite supportive of my journey. So how do I manage it? I ensure that I know that they are priority. For instance, very frankly, as much as possible, I try to avoid late meetings or meetings that coincide with family time. Like, this is a huge sacrifice. I'm having to be up at this time and away from them. And I remember, because you have asked, I remember saying, it's going to be a very long time before I sign up for a meeting at night. But yes, so, but by and large, I bring them in to my journey. When it's a virtual meeting, well, if it were a little earlier, you would have seen them around, jumping around because they're assistant Toastmasters. So thanks for the question, Toastmaster Patrick. I think that for a woman who wants to be a Toastmaster, a supportive husband, a supportive family would be the best. And if possible, she can have them involved in the process or in her journey of Toastmasters. And whenever it is not possible, please understand that family comes first. Toastmasters comes afterwards. Thank you.
Okay.
Wow, thank you. That's really interesting because I understand the sacrifice. Toastmasters self-improvement demands a lot out of us as individuals, and then having to juggle that with a family, that's very commendable. Toastmaster GBK, would you like to answer the question as well? I know that on your bio you had that you're a committed parent. It was listed
I
on
like
your
to
bio.
align. Okay, I like to align with her view. Once you're a Toastmaster, you can get your children to listen to your speeches. You might get them to even research for you. Once you're a Toastmaster, the whole family becomes a Toastmaster. And of course, they take up public speaking. And public speaking is a skill which we all need, whether the hot Toastmaster teaches you and you can incorporate your children in it. As for the time to make the speeches, you might have to set some time either for you to think and to develop the speeches. I normally do it in the mornings before everybody's awake. Between 6 and 8, you find the household is not fully awake then. That's the time I do my research and develop the speeches. So it might help to set up a time where you actually go through your pathway and know how you're going to move throughout the time. So you must set up a schedule for Toastmasters if you want to be successful. And of course, attend many club meetings. And you can also invite them, especially the physical ones, so they can see what it's about. So that's my view for anybody that has a family. Thank you.
Thank you for that response. I like that. Share the commitment or share the passion with your family. Take time out, plan and discipline and preparation pretty much. Thank you. Do we have any more questions for the panelists? Zoom master, is there any hand up?
Nope.
No. Okay. If there are no more questions, I would say this is a good time for us to wrap up our session. Please, everyone, join me in giving our panelists a resounding round of applause. Please unmute your mics and give them a round of applause. It's not been easy preparing to come up here today, and this is not an easy subject, I believe. And I believe that they have shared from their experiences, they've shared their insights, and also been vulnerable to us. But it is clear to us that being proficient leaders and communicators does not just happen overnight. It's not something that we'll just wake up and we have to put in the work. It creeps us on us through consistent practice and a supportive community. Thank you. Thank you so much, our panelists, for joining us today. And that concludes the panel session. That concludes this session of the event. We will now move on to the next session where we invite our toasts, a toast from the toast leader, Toastmaster Adebowale Adetunji. Okay, I see you online. Toastmaster Adebowale is a governance risk compliance professional. I'm not sure what exactly that means, but when I see risk and compliance, I feel it's you stop people from stealing money. Is that right? He's a member of Eagle Toastmasters Club and he's the current vice president membership. His hobbies are reading, swimming, jogging, dancing, and volunteering. And I'm proud to say that the volunteering includes Toastmasters because I have seen him in different club meetings. His favorite quote is, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." And these are the words of Mahatma Gandhi. Please join me, everyone, in welcoming to the virtual lectern our toast leader for today, Toastmaster Adebowale Adetunji. And please explain what your role is as well, if you can.
All right. Thank you very kindly for the magnanimous introduction. Jolly good evening, everyone. Please confirm I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, many thanks. Yeah, I'm excited to be here tonight, and I must say it has really been an insightful session. And to explain what my role is in this meeting, basically it's simple. It's just to give a toast after, they call us Toastmasters, right? And I predict that the from the beginning, from the inception of Toastmasters, whenever you have parties, there are usually people that give a toast, maybe at weddings and at birthdays. You could say something about the groom or give a toast to the groom. I feel my role is just to kind of give a toast to this meeting, say something nice about the meeting we've had today, basically just to put it in summary. And I want to start by first appreciating the panelists and our impeccable moderator for today's session. It was indeed a really perspicacious meeting. My notes are filled, but I'll just try to just bring the toast out of this meeting. It was really an enriching session, and our discussion, first and foremost, I would say, reflected beautifully with the theme of the International Women's Day, Give to Gain. We all witnessed the panel session. We saw that panelists gave life experience, insightful wisdom, practical lessons, and the memorable nuggets that really stood out for me. Number one is that we are reminded that Toastmasters is a safe place to fail. There's such a rare environment where growth is encouraged and confidence is built gradually. Every role you play, every pathway you try to complete, and every time you keep showing up, it has a way of slowly transforming you to become a confident communicator. And another powerful takeaway is that growth is not always comfortable, but it is necessary. Growth is not always comfortable, but it is necessary. And every time we step forward, whether it is in table topics, speeches, leadership roles, we stretch ourselves beyond our comfort zones, and development happens then. And last but not the least, we also hear that the practical Toastmasters equips us with practical skills for real life moments, the ability to think on our feet, to respond with clarity in high stakes meeting, to speak extemporaneously, to speak with creativity, to speak with conviction Toastmasters has helped us with that. And equally profound is also our listening skills. That's particularly resonated with me when the panelist, Toastmaster Lee Job, told us about the power of listening. Is also a powerful form of leadership through Toastmasters, our feedback culture. The CRC, the sandwich model, has inculcated in us the ability to listen and bring out commendations um, from people's work and be able to give them the appropriate feedback they need. To just wrap it all up, I would say tonight was a night of strength. We saw wisdom, we saw community, we saw a beautiful echo of words of the words in the words of in the quote in the words of that says a woman is like a tea bag. You know never how strong she is until she's put in water. And that quote is by the renowned Eleanor Roosevelt. I think he's a former president or so. I'm not sure. I think he's an author. Forgive me. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a glass with you, do you have a glass to use? If you don't have a glass, you can just raise an imaginary glass just in your hand. Yeah, beautiful. I can see that. So, giving a toast to our insightful panelists, to our brilliant moderator, and to all the remarkable women that continues to inspire us, and to every Toastmaster that dares to grow in their journey. We say cheers. Toast to everyone. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
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 Yeah, it's over to you, moderator. Thank you
Cheers.
very
And
kindly.
cheers to all the women too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Adebowale, for that. Please give him a virtual round of applause. And if you can, please unmute your mics and give him a round of applause. Thank you. Okay, and heart emoji. That's also good. Thank you. So this ends my session. I will now invite the TL, the Leadership Institute team back to the virtual lectern. It's been my honor to serve as your moderator today. I don't know if they're online.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Madam
Over to you.
Ibinabo. You aren't done quite yet. I'm going to take the quiz and the district info before you
Okay.
wrap up.
Okay,
Yes.
that's fine.
So thank you so much for the invite. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, district, division, area, and club leaders. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning from wherever you're joining us in the world. You're welcome to yet another episode of Afterwork Sessions, precisely the 17th Afterwork session we're having in this mandate. And today is no different. We're going to have a wonderful quiz that is going to be groundbreaking. And as usual, this quiz is going to come along with a gift of a book that will be going to whoever wins the quiz. Trying to put it up so you can see. Just signal if you can see my screen. All right, I believe you can now see my screen. Can you see my screen? Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so today's question is on women's leadership in Division D. And you're going to select from the set of questions How many women hold club presidency and area management positions in Division D? Option A, 15 presidents and 2 area directors. Option B, 14 presidents and 2 area directors. So type your answer on the chat box, and whoever gets it first wins the quiz. All right, a lot of answers are coming up. Okay, the first person, Samuel Adu, said B, option B, 14 presidents and 2 area directors. And then a lot of other people said different options. Some are saying A, others are saying B. But like I mentioned, we are focusing on Toastmaster Samuel Adu. So let's see if he is right. And then the second person after Toastmaster Samuel Adu is Igolo, Toastmaster Igolo, who also said B. So let's see who comes first. Okay, this is the moment where you start playing Right Set Fred. Stand up for the champions to see who the actual champions are. And the answer is option B. So Toastmaster Samuel Adu wins. It's 14 presidents and 2 area directors. Congratulations, Toastmaster Samuel Adu. And you can see through these few photos, our gratitude goes to all of them, the wonderful people that make the Toastmasters experience a worthwhile experience. So thank you so much. And your gift, you're going to receive a certificate in your email, as well as a PDF copy of this book, Time Management, second edition by Richard Walsh. Congratulations, Toastmaster Samuel Adu. Please type in your email address and your full name in the chat box, and the team is going to handle the rest. So thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, and now the news. As you all know, in District 130, we always have interesting and impactful and informative news for you that comes up at every afterwork session. Today is also no different. You have been aware of the Toastmasters International Speech and Evaluation Contest. The club contest has taken place in February, according to the Toastmasters International calendar. And now we have upcoming the area contests. And the area contest is scheduled to take place from March 1st to March 30th or March 31st. And then after that, we're going to have the division contest from April 1st to April 30th. And then the district contest is going to take place during the district conference in Libreville, Gabon on May 22nd to May 21st to May 22nd. And you are going to be there to represent your divisions, to deliver effective and impactful speeches and bring the trophy back to wherever you are. We're looking forward to seeing who is going to be the winner. Next up is the Talk Up Toastmasters Challenge. When you add 5 members, either five new members or dual members, that is somebody that is in another club and is willing to join your Toastmasters club, or you reinstate members that have been dormant Toastmasters from February 1st to March 31st, your club is going to get the Talk Up ribbon. And it's a very wonderful thing that's going to come from Toastmasters International to you directly. So fasten your seatbelts, buckle up, and let the ride begin. Let's hunt for members because this is March, and by March 31st, you're supposed to have added at least those 5 members. Next up is membership renewal. It is that season where you renew your Toastmasters membership to continue benefiting from the Toastmasters training program. You all know what Basecamp does to you. You all know the kind of confidence you gain from being a Toastmaster. You all know the kind of experience you gain from being a Toastmaster. And I think today's session has covered most of this because the panelists as well as the moderator have shared so much about what the benefit of Toastmasters are. End of March is very late for renewal. You can renew right now. Today, go into your bank account, make the transfer to your club, and ensure that your membership is being renewed. And you're going to continue benefiting from the Toastmasters education program. At this juncture, I am going to be inviting our very own Toastmaster Madi Chuaha, who is a member of the Libreville Gabon Conference, to talk to us about what to expect at the district conference in May 2026. Toastmaster Madi, if you are here, you can take the floor for the next 5 minutes. Are you with us?
Yes, thank you so much, dear colleague Muhammad, for sharing and allowing me to speak tonight regarding the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, dear fellow Toastmasters, thank you for allowing me to take and step in into the session tonight in order to provide you some information regarding the organization of the 130 district conference that will take place in Libreville, Gabon, Central Africa from May 21st until May 23rd. So far, my name is Madi, just so you know, and I am the president of the first Toastmaster Club of Libreville. And I'm also the president of the Logistics Commission for the organization of the conference, of the district conference. So it's a lot of work, a lot of activities. My presentation tonight will go within 3 main points that I would like to share with you. First of all, which is sharing with you the steps that you have to get prepared before traveling as far as documentation. And also the second part will be sharing with you what I call the overview of the pattern that you will go through. And finally, to give you a preview of the means of transportation and the accommodation options that have been so far discussed and created for welcoming you in Gabon. Just to make sure that before traveling to Gabon, everyone has to be registered either online or through the focal points of each division. By going online on the website, you have access to the list of all the focal points of the divisions. You can contact them, register, and make the payment so at least your name is available and you're on the list. When your registrations are confirmed, each officer will send that list of the registered participants. That can be done through them or also online by filling out the forms with the mandatory fields. One part is when we have all that list of registered participants, the office and the secretary are able to provide you with what we call the invitation letter as a support for the process for the e-visa request. How do you get the e-visa? There are multiple options for the e-visa and depending on how you decide to come to Gabon. There is one option that's available, which is the online registration and online application for the e-visa, and that's mostly for those coming through airlines with air transportation. But Also, you can request to have the visa through your local embassy or the embassy that is closest to the regional country that you live in. Make sure that you have passport valid for at least 6 months. That's available. You have your registration confirmation, and also you have the invitation letter from the the president of the organization here in Libreville in Gabon. Those are the 3 documents that are mandatory for you to obtain the visa. For sure, certain embassies will ask some other documents to at least prove that you will come back to your country. That's up to their own discretion. So far, our support will be by providing you the invitation letter as part of the required documents to have the visa. For those, when you will come here in Gabon, make sure that you have some currencies available also, because payments, when you have done the online, payment is done only at the airport upon arrival. There is no online payment that will be done for air arrivals or air transportation. The currencies available are either the dollar, the euro, or the central CFA that's available. When you land here in Gabon, we will be welcoming you either by air or by road. You will have a committee that will be there to welcome you and at least guide you to the hotel that you will have selected. Yes, I know that's a big question. Regarding the program that we have set up for you, by the 20th, there is a lunch that will be organized at least to have a fresh air and breathing within our local forest, because as you know, there are about like 7 parks registered here in Gabon. So you will have the advantage and the opportunity to discover how it is to be in a Gabonese forest with a lunch that's organized. On the 21st, the conference starts. We get to business, we get to projects, we get to all the focus part that we're here, the reason we're here. On the 22nd, second day of the conference, and we have also the Hall of Fame that's organized. And on the 23rd is the night for the gala dinner, and for sure, the district council meeting that will take place in the morning. On the Sunday, there is a plan that is organized also for those who will be here during the lunchtime, will be to visit actually and have lunch at one major touristic area that we'll be visiting, that's called Cape Caravan. So far, regarding, I know what's most important is the accommodation. We have been working with about 13 hotels in order to attend and accommodate about 200 people, 200 guests that will be coming to Gabon. So that list of hotels will be soon posted on the website. So you can have an idea as far as budget, as far as distance, and as far as options of stay, which one you will be selecting in order to have your accommodation booked and confirmed for the duration of your stay in Libreville, Gabon. I'm very pleased to have you here. I know that you are excited. You are also a little bit stressed about everything, but trust me, we got it. We will be there for you. We are doing our best to at least have all the information homogeneous and compiled and negotiated, so at least everybody can have, as per their budget, the option and the possibility to attend the District 130 conference that will take place in Libreville, Gabon. So wishing you all the luck, and also we're here to assist you. You have your focal points available as per for each division that can assist also on the process. So what I can say, just like, we're waiting for you to be here in Gabon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Maddie, for that detailed description. Now, everybody has gotten the picture of what the Libreville conference is going to look like, and we cannot wait to see it. I can see Toastmaster Ibinabo is already excited and thanking you for sharing all of that with us. So thank you so much. We are looking forward to the experience. And at this juncture, Toastmaster Ibinawa, I think I'll just relieve you of your duties because time is fast spent. So thank you so much for playing the role of the moderator. Thank you so much to our panelists for showing up and being your best. We are supposed to receive our final words from the division director, Division D. I don't know if this distinguished Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba is still here. If you are here, please give us a closing remark in 2 minutes and we wrap it up. Mr. Didi, are you with us?
Oh, yes. I did not know that I was going to be called. Thank you for that trap. Okay, closing remarks. Right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Thank you so much for giving life to this event. I know it's an honor bestowed upon us by the district to set up or co-host this particular iteration of the Afterwork, and we don't take it lightly. Thank you so much for the opportunity under the leadership of distinguished Toastmaster Edith, as well as the extended team, Toastmaster Ikrama, yourself, and Toastmaster Grace. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity, and for everybody, all the role players that participated today. I hope you've had value. I hope you've learned something, and I hope you've taken something away that would enrich your journey in Toastmasters as well as outside of Toastmasters. Thank you so much. I see quite a number of dignitaries. My boss, Madam IPDD, distinguished Ayotola Olariwaju. I see the conference, the TLI chair. She's still on the call. Thank you so much for being here. And everyone else, you could have been anywhere else today, but you chose to be here. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. We look forward to hosting again and having a lot of fun. And by the powers vested on me by Toastmaster Ikrama, I hereby call this meeting to a close. I wish you a very good evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Gimba, for that wonderful remark. And thank you so much, everybody, division area director, past, present, and even the future ones, to the district leaders, and a special thank you to the TLI chair, distinguished
Have a
Toastmaster.
great
Wow.
week,
So thank you so much,
everyone.
everybody. Now you can
Thank
unmute
you for
yourself, share
joining.
camaraderies. Mr. Zoom
Thank
Master,
you,
I think the recording can
Division
stop now.
D.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the opportunity. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Hi,
Bye.
Toastmaster Ibinabo. Mr. Zoom Master, I think we can stop the recording now.
Thank you for the
Hello?
opportunity.